My two favorite things in the nail industry are merging. What are they, you might ask? Making YouTube videos and doing clients' nails. And I'm so lucky to introduce one of my favorite clients, Liz.
Hi, Suzie.
Hi, Liz. I'm so happy to have you back. I love doing clients. I love owning a salon. I love doing clients. And these are the reasons why we're going to talk about it today. We're going to do a nail renovation. We're going to take that set of horrible disaster nails and make them into these. Let's get started. Okay, so the nail fill. We are literally doing a nail reno. We are going to demolish these bad boys. We're going to recreate, rebuild, and reconstruct them. And then we're going to do a beautiful design. Then we're going to reveal to the client. Then we're going to tell you how much it cost. So let's get started doing that. You're in trouble.
I am. It's bad.
I texted Liz and said, I want to do your nails. What state are you in? And she says, I'm needing a fill in about 5 weeks in. So I said, okay, let's set up an appointment. And that's what we're doing today. These are about 5 weeks old?
Yeah, about there.
She goes, well, they're not looking good. Yes, that's what I want. I want a mess. And that's one thing I really love about doing nails. I can take this, set of nails that is in trouble and turn them into a new beautiful set. And I get to do that every 3 or 4 or 5 weeks whenever she finally comes in. Liz is a great guinea pig, friend, client, everything, because she's really up for anything. So sometimes I will call Liz and say, I got a great idea, and we'll just start working on that together. And I'll do a new design, a new idea. But when you get to know a client after a certain time frame, you get to know their likes and dislikes. And I know Liz loves pink and any type of nail art, bright colors, and she's hard on her nails. Like, she's a busy girl. You got kids. You're doing the sports thing. She's the real deal mom thing. She's got everything going on. So
I try.
Mm-hmm. So nails don't often get the priority attention. She's got things to do, and it's hard to get in for an appointment sometimes. So that's why these are looking so bad. Let's examine this. Every client that comes into my chair, I reassess the damage, because every client has a custom story of why and how they got here. And with that information, I can learn from that and go, this is what she needs here and here and there, a little thicker here, not so thin here. Maybe the shape needs to be a little bit different, so she can suffice and go out her day and get hopefully 3 to 4 to 5 weeks before she has a lot of tragedy going on. So these have hit the 5-week point, and look at the grow out. Now this one here is awesome. I know it's your worst one, but I love it as a nail technician. Look at this. Look at that. Can you get a good shot of that, cameraman?
Oh, yeah.
See that? That's what a nail will do. When it has less to hang on to, it has less nail estate, right? So the more it grows off, the more it gets to be heavier here, and the less it has to hang on to. So it's going to do one or two things. It's going to pop like this bad boy. Look at that. Yay! Or it's going to crack right across here. So as a tech, what I'm looking for is any little stress cracks or any popped or lifted like that. It's all got to go. Oh, and she's got one that just didn't even make it at all.
No,
just blew right out of there. Yeah. This is reality, guys. This is what happens to some clients. For the most part, most clients come in, and even Liz, she went a little longer because we were timing this video, and I said the worse they are, the better. But life gets in the way sometimes. This is what we want to do. We want to reassess, and we want to totally figure out what she needs for nail care to keep her going longer and longer every time. So I've got an idea for a design. I'm not going to tell her yet because we're going to do a reveal. And I'm going to, you want them shortened a little bit?
Maybe just a bit.
Yeah, so that's what I ask every single client. Does he or she want them a little bit shorter? Sometimes they'll even go a little longer. Liz, I know, because of her busy lifestyle, she will not want them any longer. If anything, she usually shortens them about what they've grown. And are these coffin? I know they sort of get misshaped as time goes on. Were you going for a coffin, or you want a tapered square? Or?
I like whatever you're going to create.
That's what's great about Liz. I can just go to town.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to go at these now, and I'm going to just demolish what is on here. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to do one hand because the second hand is redundant. So we're just going to focus on one hand so I can give you more detail, so it's not like 2 hours long. Otherwise, me and Liz get chatting, and we could be here all day. Just
all
chatting. Order dinner. We're having fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and demolish these nails, as I said. Oh, I need a better bit. So I'm going to use a carbide bit. I have a lot of videos on this, But right now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to get to the demolition part, and then we're going to talk about how we're going to rebuild them and how we're going to make a difference so she can get better wear out of them even next time. Okay, so here's that nail that's lifted. I have covered lifts in some videos prior, but what I'm going to show you here is how to take off that lift. When I see a lift like that, I'm going to take this and I'm going to find the base of that lift, and I'm going to file the part where it's sort of somewhat attached. I should note, I actually didn't do this set of nails. Not that you haven't had lifts with my set of nails. That happens when you hit a certain point. If you go 5-6 weeks, sometimes you're going to suffer some sort of breaks. But I actually did not do this particular set of nails. And that brings up another thing. There's a huge controversy in the industry right now about not working on other people's work. I'll be honest with you guys. That's how I built my career. I will work on anybody's work. It's up to the client, in my opinion, who decides who does their nails. Just because somebody else did them doesn't mean that I can't do them for the client. If they're out of town or if they just want to switch nail technicians. And if I'm worried about the product that's on there, not mixing products, that's not what we mean when we say don't mix products. Whatever product they have on, I just take it off and I start anew if I need to.
Sometimes it really helps if you can find another nail tech to do.
Oh, yes.
Because sometimes you can't get into your own nail tech.
That's exactly right.
Timings.
Well, she might be away. She might be having a baby. She might be away, gone on a vacation.
Exactly.
He just might be going to his daughter's wedding. I mean, not a nail technicians have a life too, but it is nice. And I know this person who does it. She's a lovely girl.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. So I will work on anybody's work. I don't have a problem with that at all. Like I say, that's how I built my business. Now with this one, I will tell you, I'm going to do a special design on here, and I need some clarity. So I am going to take this guy right off. I'm going to use it as my accent nail.
I'm excited.
We do this in the shop. Anyway, when I'm doing Liz's nails, I will do this. And Liz has, like she said, another nail technician she goes to sometimes because sometimes I'm out of town and I got so busy that she's basically her main nail tech now. And when I find Liz, I'll phone Liz and say, hey, where are you in between fills? Fortunately, her tech is really great about it. She doesn't mind when we trade back and forth like that. But I don't sometimes share what I'm going to do with the design with Liz. I just sort of do it and she tells me she likes it or not.
I don't think there's been any design that I haven't liked.
A couple that we kind of went, nah.
And I just get to come back and have it done again later.
That's right. So I'm going to completely remove this guy. So as we were doing this demolition, we've noticed a few more things that we're lifting. These are all cleaned up now and ready to go. These are like the bare bones that we need to reconstruct this beautiful set. Lifting is one of the biggest problems we have, and it really comes all in the prep. I actually have a class coming September 21 to 23, 3-day class in Victoria. You can find that on the website. I find the most common problem is lifting. So what you need to do is take up anything that's lifted and discolored, anything at all. Then you want to get as much nail estate as possible by buffing that natural nail with the proper arbor band, usually a medium or a fine. I push back the cuticle too to make sure we have as much surface nail estate to work with for that new nail. Then I put a prep on, which is an alcohol base, to cleanse the nail, and then we add a primer. And you want to make sure you do your prep or your alcohol base first, the cleanser, then the primer. This makes a perfect nail ready for the application. Even though we have a design coming near the end, the most important thing is building the foundation for the nail. We want it nice and strong, so for whatever design we put on top of it, it's going to last 4 or 5 weeks. My new kit, you guys. Okay, so I've got my wonderful brush and all my shaping files in here, but here's my Signature Series brush. It's my favorite shape to work with, no matter what shape or design or nail that you're doing, honestly. French, ombre, filling colors, giant nails, little nails, whatever you're doing. So we've got a beautiful clean slate. Demolition is complete. And now we are going to build a beautiful, strong foundation. And for this particular design, I am going to use just a very nice foundation colored pink. It's a mix of my favorite colors to create this beautiful sort of skin tone, very nude looking. And I'm going to do that on all the nails because we are just going to gel polish them on top for the final look. So I'm just going to go ahead and build a nice strong nail for each of them. I actually do particularly like this shape on Liz. It's basically a very, very slight coffin, or you could call a tapered square. Now for this little nail here, you can see that it could be a little bit widened on the side as far as like a detail. And from just talking about when you're trying to reconstruct, rebuild, then I'm just going to add a little form there so I can widen it out a little bit. This is an index finger and it's on her right hand. And Liz is right-handed, right? Mm-hmm. So you can also sometimes tell that because you get a lot of wear and tear on the right hand. Because of that, I'm going to compensate for that knowing her, and I'm custom designing these nails to her in her life. So I'm going to make sure that that structure, the foundation on this particular nail, is solid so she doesn't have any major breaks during the 4 to 5 week period that I don't see her.
Because I definitely use the nails on this.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yep. Now, Liz, I've been doing your nails for like, her girl was about 3, I think. And she's how old now?
21.
So we've been together for a long time. And through those years, you've had, you know, as clients do, it's a lifetime change. And now, you weren't before, but now you're in a job where you're typing all day. And that may be why we're seeing some stresses on your nails. Everything that they do, a client does in their day, tells a story of what's going on here. So that's probably why we're seeing a few more stresses lately with your career change, which makes perfect sense. Now, if you examine this little nail here, I don't know if you can see this, cameraman, if you can zoom in. Do you see that little tiny black line?
Yeah.
See that?
I do see that.
Yeah. It looks like a sliver, actually. You didn't even know it was there, did you?
No.
No, she didn't even know. When the nails are growing out like that and they're a little bit stressed, it can get pulled back or pulled this way. And this was the one that was lifting, remember that? And it can cause these little blood, they're like hemorrhage splinters, I think they're specifically called. I call them blood splinters, which is the same thing. And it's just ripping the nail a little bit in there that can cause that. That just means there was some stress to this poor little nail.
Well, I did clean the house yesterday, so I was using it.
You know, that's got to go. I'll give you a note.
Okay.
You can give it to your husband
Sweet.
or the rest of the kids and tell them that you were
I cannot.
not allowed.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens if I do.
Stop doing that. Now.
Perfect. I actually thought maybe it was my hair that was caught in there because when they lift,
That
it
happens
always
too
gets your hair in
sometimes, yes. But no, because it's still there and I filed away all the hair in the other nail. Yeah. It is just a little bit of, ouch. It's a little stress on me. And it's just telling us that, just giving us that information. One thing I want to mention about my brushes, you guys, I'm shamelessly plugging my little brush here. I'm actually very proud of it. It is 100% Kolinsky, and it is a very high-end brush. It is not mixed with any other hairs or fibers in it. So when you use it, it doesn't puff up and lose its shape. It remains completely in its shape. If you take care of this brush, it will could last you years. Yeah.
I love the details that you have on it.
It's
and
cute
the color.
stuff. Yeah, that's
my
the
favorite
cute stuff. It's also This is resistant to stain, and if you leave it sitting in any of the chemicals, it won't eat it.
Oh,
yeah, it's very, very strong, resistant. But that's just the cute stuff. The most important thing is these bristles. I like the shape that you've got on here. I'm trying to create a nice arch in here, foundation, so this nail will withstand your busy schedule. Now, they were looking a little rough when she came in. Normally, Liz likes to get her nails filled before all this problem happens, usually at that 4 mark. But we pushed it a little longer so we could see a little bit more wear and tear on the nail of what happens if you let it go a little bit longer. But I'm liking the shape on you. Okay, so here is the one I've left naked. I shortened it right down. When you get your nails done, you don't actually have to have your natural nails shortened. It's really up to the tech, I guess. I prefer to kind of leave it unless I'm doing a see-through design. So in this case, this particular finger, I'm going to use it as my accent nail. So I left it naked. This is where I'm going to do some, going to get a little jiggy.
Little jiggy.
Little jiggy.
You really have me intrigued on this because you're not telling me what you're doing.
Well, I'm not
nails.
telling Liz, and I've got some things out here, and she's going, ooh. It's like all my baking ingredients are out, and I'm not telling you what I'm going to make.
I know, I can't wait.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Now, Liz can't really see it. She knows what she can see what I'm using here. I'm going to put the little mask on you near the end. I don't want to put you through that, the whole entire thing. So I'm going to build it, but it's going to be hard for her. I hold like this. Now, when I do the video, I try to hold it like this, but I'm going to hold it like this so she can't see what I'm doing.
All right.
It's the honor system. Don't look down here.
I'll try not to.
Yeah.
Be hard not to.
Yeah. So I'm going to build a little foundation. See, even though I'm using an oval 8, I can get a very nice tiny little bead. And then when I clear cap this, I'll show you how you can get a giant bead. The reason why I like an oval 8 brush is because if you use a big brush, you have too much product, too much liquid, and you often end up hitting the skin. You don't want to do that on a regular basis. It happens sometimes, but on a regular basis, you can cause allergic reactions or contact dermatitis. So you want a nice brush that can make a very good, decent sized bead without hitting the skin constantly. I think that's a good length. Might go, this is clear, so it's a little hard to see. I'm just going to add a little bit longer. This is the foundation before I put the design on. I went to a car show. Did you see the car show this weekend in front of my salon?
I didn't.
Yeah, they have it every year. It's adorable. They're old-fashioned cars.
I hear there's a lot of people that come out.
Oh yeah, it's crowded. So I met my uncle and my nephew and my daughter, and I bumped into some good friends. And anyway, we were just wandering around, and I found this one particular car that had, you know, that chrome craze that we had with the nails? Well, that's not going away. That's still around. It's absolutely amazing. We love it. Yeah. So I found a car that inspired me for the set of nails for you today. So maybe I'll show them, but I won't show you.
Oh, Suzie.
I'm killing you, aren't I?
You
just
are.
killing you. Let me dig out my phone. Cameraman, we're going to post this pic, okay?
Okay.
So here we go. Cameraman's going to show you guys this. Okay. Oh, so I did put a little bit of the foundation caramel color on the cuticle area, like the nail plate part. The reason being is when she gets her nails done again, at least they'll be consistent in the color near the nail plate. Plus it's see-through too, so I do want to see this. Then I'm going to put the fancy bits in. So keeping in mind that picture you just saw of that beautiful finish on the car, that's what these little glitter bits are going to be matching to. Okay. So I'm not really thought about my placement, but I'm going to start thinking about that now. We're winging it here. I was going to leave more see-through bits, but I'm really kind of in love with these these little triangle. But now I know you like these because it's similar to what you kind of had.
Just a little bit bigger, but
it's cute.
I like it when you wing it with my nails because who knows what we come out with at the end.
That's so true. And for the most part, when we do wing it, we do like it. There was 1 or 2 times I remember going, you got to come back. I got to.
But for the most part,
we like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, am I ready to clear cap that? Oh, I forgot some of this. Let me put some of this in. Always like a little bit of glitter. I almost forgot this.
It's all about glitter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Oh, I see a little something. I'm just going to put it in a specific spot. So sometimes I will take a little dot of clear. There you go. See that? How I put that star. Shh, don't listen. Star.
I'm trying not to look.
It must be so hard.
Well, I'm trying to learn what you're doing at the same time and not look. It's
That's
not
right.
easy, Suzie.
You can't do both.
No.
Okay, I'm going to stick something right in there. I think I'm going to take that right there. Just put that. Yeah, that was brilliant.
You're priceless.
Woo! Yeah, look at that. Okay, I mean, don't look at that.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay, so remember I just did those tiny little beads and put the tiny little star in there with tiny little beads with this brush? Now I'm going to do a big clear bead and cap this whole thing with an oval 8 brush. See that giant bead? Look at that. And I'm going to carefully bring that right over top of the entire design. This is what's creating the strength. This is going to keep this design contained. I've built a foundation, and now I'm going to put this right over top and secure the whole design in there and make this a really strong nail. Look at that. One bead covered the whole thing. Oh, it's going to be really pretty, Liz.
I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Now, the great thing when I'm working with clear, it kind of dries cloudy a little bit. So when it dries, she'll be like, that's ugly. So we'll have her completely fooled. Okay, so I'm just going to continue now, and I'm going to do the pinky, and then I'm going to rebuild the thumb.
My poor thumb. It gets used and abused badly.
Why?
I don't know. I use it to open cardboard boxes.
Oh, and there we have it.
I use it as my little, personal knife.
Well, I mean, that is reality.
I know you're not supposed to, but they work well.
I do it all the time, and you're not supposed to use your nails as tools, and nail technicians will tell you don't use your nails as tools, but come on, reality is we all do. So I tend to be the nail technician, not to scold the client. I just fix it.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I'm not your mom. I don't really care. What you do with them is your business. My job is to fix it.
Well, it keeps you in business.
That too, yes. Yeah. Also, too, I don't want people to feel like they come into their nail appointment, oh, I'm going to get in trouble.
No.
Susie's going to get mad. I mean, we have these nails, and they are stronger, so they will look pretty and they will last. I mean, but they do take a beating. We still have a life. We have to do things, and they take beatings. That is just the reality of it. And I wear them myself, so I understand the things that we put them through, from, chopping wood to pop bottle cans openings.
Yes.
To that seat buckle for buckling the kid in the seat, cleaning around the bathroom sink, which I'm still got to work on. I got to get rid of that chore. Okay, so I'm just preparing the set because next we're going to sculpt and reshape. So we've demolished up to this point, and now we've rebuilt the foundation. Now I'm going to take these off, and I am going to sculpt and shape. Just a little tip, you can just release it and then just pull under. I'm going to start with the clear one, the design one, and then we can buzz through the other. I love shaping. My favorite, actually, I think, a lot of people ask me this, I believe my favorite is the application. I love that the best. But the shaping is probably second because it starts to make whatever you do come to life. So I'm liking the slightly coffin shape. It's not a strong coffin, so I'm going to say a soft tapered square in her. I like that. So I'm going to continue that shape here. So when I'm filing here, my favorite tip for filing, I'm not going to get into it too deep because this is a longer video, but I've also covered filing quite a bit. The idea with filing is go back and forth on top on the whole nail over and over and over. All the high points will meet all the low points, and you're going to end up with a very smooth nail. So I will go over every nail like this. And I'm keeping that arch. If you look at it sideways, I'm keeping that arch this way. That is so crucially important for the longevity and being able to suffice any wear and tear that Liz has for them for the next 4 weeks. Okay, which brings me to some more contents in my little file kit. I'm going to take out the coarse and the medium files. And I am going to use the coarse to reshape. Now, these files are professional files. If you're using them for yourself or anyone, actually, you can wash them and you disinfect them by spraying them with alcohol, and you can reuse them. But dry them on a towel. Just lay them out on a towel to dry. I love them because they will sculpt any set of nails that you have. You can even remove the set of acrylic or gel with this set of nails. You can use them for acrylic and gel. So I'm keeping that nice, soft, tapered square. Whenever you get a brand new file, I did do this with them, just score the edges. Sometimes the edges are a little bit sharp, so if you start filing it right away, you might be able to slice the skin. Just take it and gently score that side of it on another file. That's it. Oh, this is going to look adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and reshape and resculpt all of these nails. Okay, so then I'm going to reshape, bring them all back into that pretty tapered square look and make sure the end is completely finished and it's nice and straight. Okay, so now I'm going to finish these nails with a gel polish with something special. So I'm going to need this file, which is my sanding sponge. And I'm going to go over top of every single nail. Now, I specifically love this sponge because when I press into it, I'm not changing shape. I'm just buffing the surface of it, but it surrounds because it's spongy. Look at that. See that? That's going to surround the nail. It's not rigid, so it'll get into the little corners, right? So that's why I love this file.
How long would you say that these files would last somebody?
If you're working every day, all day, you'll go through them a little bit more. But if you're just using it for yourself, they could last you quite some time. You know, anything really just depends on how much use you are. But if you're buying it for yourself, your own self, it'll last quite some time. I would say you get a few months out of them. Okay, so after I've done all that, I should show you one more little thing. This is if you're going to do natural nails. You don't need this for the gel part that we're going to do today, but I'm just going to show you the one. If you take my Smooth and Shine, if you take the green side, watch this. This is so cool. This is more for natural nails, okay? Or if you're going to have a nail polish finish. Then you take the white side. We're not going to let Liz look at this because I don't want her to see this. She's good. She's even looking away.
I'm trying.
Look at that. See that? So that's what it can do to your natural nail. Huh? Pretty cool. Now we are all ready to decorate. Yay! You can't see. Put this on, my friend.
This isn't fair.
She's gonna know what I'm giving her because she didn't see the car though. You didn't see the car. Okay.
No.
So I'm going to put this on.
This isn't fair.
That's what's happening. Look at the richness of that. So I'm just going to gel polish these. KoKo Claire is a line you guys can get. It's a beautiful line. Go to KoKoandClaire.com. I don't actually know what it's called.
I'll put a link in the description.
Okay. I'm sure it's KoKoandClaire.com. Or CA, sometimes I forget. Anyway, anybody can buy that line, which I love. So I'm just going to put, I believe, one layer on this. I could use black. I could use any color. I just want to keep the color that I'm going to put on top of here, that effect we're talking about. I want to keep it rich. So I'm going to put a darker color underneath because when you're working with those particular pigments, you want it to be rich underneath. This is a beautiful gel product to work with. Very smooth, very pigmented, and thin. It's not thick. I love that about this brand. Little hair in there. Critter's actually still here in the room with us. I'm a little surprised.
Can't see him though. It's behind you.
He's
It's on the director's chair.
Yeah, he's directing today. He's doing a very, very good job. He did give me a look though, like, what do you want from me? Okay, while cameraman was doing that, I just finished up. So now I'm gonna have to direct you, Liz, because you can't see. So we're gonna nuke ya.
Okay.
We're gonna give that 30 seconds. And I think I will do a double coat. I think I will do a double coat of the polish. We could probably get away with the one, but I wanna make sure there's no patches of light coming through my
design that
Yeah.
you mentioned.
That's right. I can't wait to see this on the nail.
Me too.
Sometimes you don't have to get crazy with a lot of nail art to be very, to make a statement in your nail art. And of course you can go bling crazy if you want, but you don't have to. This is gonna be very simple, pretty design that's very wearable too. She's a busy girl, so her hands still have to be in a wearable sense. Okay, we're out. This stuff that I'm going to put on must have a cured top coat on it in order for it to adhere smoothly and perfectly. Okay, Liz, I'm going to get you to hang on. Little thing in there. Okay, slide in. Okay, well, this is the fun part now. I get to do this. This is from Bemi, and this color specifically is called that. I didn't notice how I didn't even mention the color. Okay, so now this is where the magic happens.
Wow.
Suzie.
I know, it's driving you
This is not
crazy.
fair.
No, it's not. Too bad. Deal with it.
Good thing I like you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only do this to someone you really, really know. Because it's just mean otherwise. Oh, Liz. Oh, mommy. It is. I never get sick of this stuff. Okay, so I know that this is something we've done before. This is nothing new, but all I'm trying to show you is the harmony that you can do with doing an accent nail or just something simple that you can do a whole renovation on a set of nails. Now I'm going to do the pinky. It just never gets old, but I got to tell you, is it not almost the same color as that car that I saw this weekend? just stunning, eh, Karen Man?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it makes any sense, but I always say, pee my pants purty. Silly. But my goodness, look at that. Okay, so.
Now can I do it?
Nope, you just wait, young lady. Okay. So now I'm going to put that aside. Now I do have to top coat this. I'm going to wipe off the dust. Let me get me a little duster. I'm just going to wipe off the dust because when you put the top coat on, if you do have some dust, it might cause a little bump or a granular. That can happen. Don't go crazy if you do get it. You can, if the client's super, super picky, you can just sort of file it off a little bit and try it again. But it is not completely flawless sometimes. In other words, don't be too hard on yourself about it. But I'm going to top coat it because I want to seal that color in. If you don't at this point, it'll look pretty, but it will rub onto things and it'll just come right off. So you do want to seal it in with a top coat of gel polish. And, massage it in. Just don't wipe it off. Wipe it on really quickly. Make sure you kind of let it soak into it a bit so you don't have any void pockets of gel. That is just stunning. Now before I send it into the light to cure it, I will just double check and make sure there are no voids on any of this and make sure it's nice and smooth before I send it into the light to cure it. Okay, we're gonna nuke it. Okay. Yay! Oh, I forgot to polish I got so excited about the chroma, I forgot about the fancy one. That's okay, we'll do it separately. We're gonna let that cure, and then we're gonna check out, I'm gonna polish the other one. Let's check out the reveal shots now. Okay, just take your favorite oil. You can even use baby oil, you guys, if you don't have any oil kicking around at home. Just massage that into the cuticles, gets rid of all the dust, all the kind of dryness that you've taken out of the skin for a little bit. We're just replenishing that back in. Okay, Liz.
Okay.
Take off your mask.
I'm excited. Oh, blind. Oh my God.
We've never used that color before.
I love
It's
that.
new to me, so I knew you'd never seen it.
Oh my God.
Looks nice with your shirt, too.
It does.
Isn't
I love
that
it.
pretty?
Oh my God.
So pretty.
I love
Okay, so now we want to talk about the last thing of the renovation is the price point. Now, everywhere in the world will be different for everybody. We run a salon that is very catered to the customer and their needs, and we spend the moment they walk in the door with them until the very last part of the service is done. And we try to do that in a timely fashion, and we become very friendly with our clients. So they pretty much ask for the technician that they're looking for. So we have a very nice service, a very nice atmosphere, and we take our time and a lot of pride in our job. So we charge around for a nail fill. Like you came in with a lot of stuff needed, but you basically booked for a nail fill. She had a couple nails that I had to file up and take up discolored. I still consider that part of the nail fill. We replaced one nail. I've been doing Liz's nails since her baby girl was 3. Now she's 21. So because of that, I don't usually charge for the one new nails that I'm doing with the clients. But so for a fill, we charge, I think what is in our salon, I think it's $60 for a nail fill.
You don't know?
Well, I don't work there every day. I let the girls manage that. And then I can be terrible with pricing sometimes because I love it. I mean, if I have time, I would do it for free, but I can't pay my mortgage with the free thing or a nice little smile at the bank. Hey, no. That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
You got to have cash money. So I would charge $60 for this nail fill. I would include the one new nail that I did for her. I wouldn't charge extra for that. That's just me. You can charge extra. Sometimes it's $3 or $4 for an extra nail. And then for the nail art, we did take this one down and we did add it in. Some places will charge extra for that one accent nail, which you'd have to do on the other hand. And then they would charge a little extra charge for the chrome. So what we do is charge $60 for the fill, then we would charge an extra $5 for the chrome on all the nails, and then we would charge maybe an extra fee for that, maybe being $3 to $4. So this might turn out to be around $70 for a nail fill, which isn't too bad. In some areas that could be like, oh, that's a lot. That's Canadian funds. But this is a real custom one-on-one. We work with the client quite closely, and we have all these products available.
I love that color.
Isn't that gorgeous? The shade looks really good on you too. I really like it. And it's your colors. You love those pink and purple
I like
tones.
the pinks, purples,
so I know
blues.
she will like this for a long time. So that should get you by for the next 4 or 5 weeks. If she does go into that 5-week problem, we may have a bit of lifting just because that's natural wear and tear. They're not going to last forever.
No.
Something's got to give. Beautiful. I had fun. Thank you
did
once
too.
again, Liz.
Thank
You'll
you.
be seeing Liz again. She's a great model for stuff like this. Thanks, guys, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.